Previously on They See Me Rollin'. Allow me to introduce myself and my organization. My name is Smith. I am the head of the Blazing Dusk organization. We are an anti-monarchist group. We would prefer that the people decide who represents them. Oh, certainly. My name is Belvedere.
I go over to Dave Herman German. Guys, do you want to get out of here?
Behind the ice cream counter, you find Jack, the steward. You guys slowly fall to the ground as the spider collapses around you. However, you do see Miguel standing with Courtney.
I want to cast plant growth. This is the most professional and druid-like you've ever seen, Skumk.
While they're doing that, I look around and see if I can find Ronaldo.
He puts away his nightbird binoculars, sees you, and gives you a big smile, and he says, "Wow!" We left off, you guys were healing the town, helping out Miguel and Courtney. Skumk has turned it into kind of a verdant land using his druid skills. Jelly went to hang out with Ronaldo. Coen's was not rebuild the town, but helping clean up and take care of the injured. Oh, and Courtney gave you instructions to go ahead and take her carriage and go back to Sarah.
I don't care about that much. Let's go hang out with some goblins.
Well, the goblins are at Sarah's house.
Oh, okay. Fine.
I take Ronaldo with me.
You're going to take Ronaldo with you?
Listen, Stan, he's a soft boy, and I don't trust him not to die whenever he's out of my sight.
Maybe you should ask him first. Let him have some agency in this decision.
Yeah, listen, Mama Bird knows best, okay?
Mama Nightbird.
We can make this a scene. Why don't you talk to him first?
Crazy night, right, Ronaldo?
It was terrifying.
So, do you have a home anymore?
Can't say that I do. I guess I could go back to Waterdeep and see if I can find the Timorans. See if they'll hire me there.
I could set you up with a pretty sweet gig that's not tied to the royal houses or anything. If you wanted to be a free agent.
A free agent? God, never thought of it. Well, where are you going?
I'm going to see a friend, and that friend, I think, is the person that could help you out with employment. I'd feel a lot better if I knew you were working in a place that wasn't under threat of terrorism acts by, the three of us, potentially.
I got nowhere else to go with right now. I mean, you do have a carriage. I could ride in it, and you could take me to wherever, and I'll see what I can do. I'm always happy to help.
Okay, I put my arm around him in a protective manner and shuffle him towards the cart.
Dang, Jelly's creeping me out.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? So Ronaldo is my much, much older baby, okay? And I need to protect him.
So all of you enter into the carriage, all four of you. Ronaldo is just amazed at how incredibly comfortable this carriage is. He'd never really been in anything like it. He never rode around in the Timorans' carriage. As he does, he says, "Well, I could get used to this. This is going to be a good ride. It's so comfortable."
Ronaldo, let me, it gets even better. Let me blow your mind. And I flip open.
He's sleeping.
God damn it.
As he sleeps, his long white beard unfurls and then gets sucked up to his mouth.
I float a little feather above his mouth.
Some cats start playing washboards or something around him.
His hat flies up in the air.
And Jail looks at you guys, the little clockwork gnome, and says, "Well, hello, guys. It's good to see you again."
Oh, my clockwork baby.
Jail.
Hey,
how you going?
I've got a whole new set of neat items that you guys might be interested in purchasing. Here, take a look. And he shows you a few bottles. You see one bottle of oil of Blessed Weapon, one potion of Bear's Endurance, one potion of Dark Vision, and one potion of Shield of Faith.
Hey, JL, just out of curiosity, you live in this cart. How do you get all this stuff?
It's funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
I have access to the outside world. And wherever we stop, I'm able to exit the cart through this little door. And he points at what looks like a little doggy door on the side of the cart.
I thought he was attached to the cart. All right, cool.
Also, why are you making us pay for this stuff?
I've got to purchase my items somehow.
Well, that seems like a circular lifestyle.
Well, I mean, he skims off a little profit and lives at large.
You've got to buy stuff so you can buy stuff.
I can buy stuff so I can sell stuff.
So you can buy
And
stuff.
you buy the stuff so I can buy more stuff to sell more stuff.
So now that we've explained how capitalism works,
I have no gold pieces, so I'm out of this shopping.
Are you out?
Yeah, I
You spent all your money?
I spent it all last time. Haven't earned any more.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I never spend gold, so I always have mountains of cash.
I have 359 gold. So I'll buy the Shield of Faith for 50 gold.
Here you go, my friend.
I will probably never use it, but I want this potion of Bear's Endurance.
All right. Here you go, my friend. 300 gold pieces.
Who made you?
Who made me? Who made you? Who made who?
Good point. He got
Well-
us.
Well, there's the great hate butter churner in the sky who created the first tieflings many thousands of years ago.
How do you
and we're all
know?
descended from them.
Yeah, that's not true. Okay.
Don't wait a minute. This is
I'm gonna go ahead and shut myself off and recharge. See you later.
I'm
JL
tired of you-
doesn't want to get into that conversation.
I'm tired of you guys telling me what my history is and isn't.
Yeah, not every tiefling is a butter churner. All right.
No, look, but my society believes this. Okay, I come from a small tribe of tieflings. Okay, we have different views than most people. Okay.
Okay. You guys ride for several hours, and eventually.
Oh man, my butt's getting sore.
I wad up my robe and I give it to Coen to use as a pillow.
It's more just the sitting.
That's
Coen
nice.
just needs to kind of stretch every now and then. He stretches out over
I
the whole
pat-
cart.
I pat my lap. Come on, buddy, you can lay down here.
Skunk lies motionless
You know what
on the floor,
I'm
so he
wondering
doesn't
is
need to stretch.
who's driving the carriage?
Good question.
Wait,
Let's go check.
If
Stick
you're
around,
back
no one's
here,
Who's
you're
driving? I
back
yell out the
here,
window.
then
Hey,
who's
who's driving
driving?
this thing?
This is a Google carriage, okay? It drives itself.
And Ronaldo's sleeping. We said that.
We forgot to determine who's driving the carriage.
I think
Since
that
Courtney
should
was always
be
the one
Cohen's
driving the
job.
carriage.
He's the only one who could be trusted with this.
Yeah, I'll drive the carriage.
Okay, Cohen's driving the carriage. Unfortunately, is someone going to hang out with him? Wait. Okay, so you guys meet with jail. Coen decides that he has no money anyway, so he's going to drive the carriage. And Coen just hangs out there by himself. Does anyone join him at any point in time?
I'll join him.
Oh, you don't want to stay in there with Ronaldo?
I trust him not to get any mischief inside of there.
Okay. And Skumk ends up inside there with Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
sleeping
Wait a minute.
JL butt.
After these several hours, you end up approaching Sarah's shack. Coen, you and Jelly end up seeing some of the goblins outside, kind of bug hunting.
I pull up the carriage. Whoa, boy. There.
One of them looks up. You recognize the face of Yerp,
Hey,
and he gets a big
Yerp.
smile. Now, I want to point out, bear in mind, everything that has happened since the first episode has happened in the matter of a week.
Sure.
Something to consider. But it's been 2 long days, and he's excited. He's like, "Oh wow, guys, it's so good to see you. Oh my God, where's Skumk? Is he dead? Did you?
Yeah!
Yep, he's dead.
I jump out of the carriage and fall on the ground.
Oh my God! I didn't see you, so I thought you were dead. My object permanence is just terrible.
Pretty much every time I can't see somebody, I assume they're dead, and it's great. You're so happy every time you see somebody.
I know, right? It's so good to see all three of you, especially thinking you were dead all this time. Oh, wow. This is a nice carriage. Is this... Oh, hey, look, there's an old man in there.
That's Ronaldo. Please don't touch him.
Is he still asleep?
Oh,
No, let's touch him. I
yeah.
touch his beard.
I cut off Skum's hand.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Well, I'm so happy to see all of you, including whoever Ronaldo is. We got some crazy news here. You remember that girl, Ramona? The little human girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something crazy happened. She's not no little human girl anymore. Come on.
Holy shit.
He leads you to the house. As he opens the door, Sarah rushes to the door. Oh my God. Oh, we've got a lot to talk about, but you need to see this.
Hey, Sarah.
And
Hi. Nice to see
she
you.
says, "Hi, come on." She guides you into her room. As you enter her room, you see on her bed, it's definitely a human woman, but she's sickly in appearance, and she seems to be suffering from severe malnutrition, emaciation, and muscle atrophy. And in fact,
Malnutrition? It's a new word.
malnutrition.
Say it in bluegrass country.
Okay.
That's how
Now
we
I
say it
understand.
down here in Texas.
Jelly, you recognize her almost immediately
Oh.
as the woman you saw inside the cage.
Oh, fuck. Wow, really? That's wild.
So, this person is... Who is this?
This is either Ramona or a person that was in a haunted house cage, or...
No, I'm talking to Sarah.
I'm honestly I'm not certain.
Who is this?
Wait. This is definitely Ramona.
Yeah?
I saw Ramona turn into her. It was really weird. What are you talking about? A haunted house cage?
Yeah, I decided to go into a spider house, and inside of the spider house, a lot happened.
There were
I met a
no spiders in that whole house.
I know, we fought some balls, there was some people in cages.
People?
I saw...
How many people in
Why
cages
did
were
we
there?
even go in there?
Because I decided it was a good idea.
There were
for some
no
reason.
spiders.
There were 3 people in there.
Yeah, there were 3. Oh, also we saw Belvedere for some reason, and Jack. Yeah, that was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
like
to
those
suppress
guys.
it, to be honest.
So this woman was in a cage.
She was in a cage.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I thought I was having a fever dream. at the
Who
time.
else was in the cage?
I don't know.
Holy fuck. That guy.
There was,
and that
there was
other
an old
guy,
man.
Maybe.
I saw an old man.
Stan, I have a question. What's the first guy that we ever met? The first child we
Agent
met?
Smith.
What was his name?
Smith.
Okay, yeah, Smith. And then haven't we met a third one along the way somewhere?
Yeah.
Whitney.
That was Sarah. And Whitney.
Yeah, Sarah's not a child. Sarah's always been an adult
Oh,
woman.
I always thought she was a child too.
Sarah, have you talked to Whitney or Smith lately?
Gosh, I've been taking care of Ramona all night.
I would check in on them. We saw another woman and a man there, and if this affected Ramona this way, using deductive reasoning, I'd say probably this happened to another child person.
Oh, God. Okay. So, you guys went with... Where's Courtney?
She's in town doing something. I don't know.
Wait, so you left her in the town and you took her carriage?
Well, it's not much of a town
Yeah,
anymore, really. More of a jungle.
Yeah, we probably should
Yeah,
have
it's
asked
pretty
before we
cool.
took the carriage.
There's a lot of, trees, ferns.
Skump did some cool
cetera.
druid
And-
stuff.
I don't remember any of that.
okay.
Yeah, he Hellboy
Okay.
to that shit.
Okay, cool. What was this town?
Did we ever get
well,
a name for it? They built it. It was all
Yeah,
display
the-
homes. Can we pretend we told her the whole story so we don't have to run through the podcast?
Yeah, let's go with that. So you tell her about Selvatarm, you tell her about
The Drow.
the Spider Palace, you tell her about the noble families.
The weird visions, the ball pit.
Do you
and
tell
how
her about
much it
the fact that
stank?
Coen killed the guy's kid?
Yeah, that's a very painful part of the story for Coen.
Okay, so, but you don't leave it out. You tell her.
No, we tell her.
Okay, so you tell her everything. You don't leave anything out. Gosh, that's a lot to happen over a couple days. Okay, so it sounds like Jelly's right.
Everybody I've ever known is dead, I think. That's another thing.
Yeah, we saw
happens.
Skunk's house. It was empty.
Oh, God. Okay, that's insane. I need to stay here and take care of Ramona. I think she's going to be okay, but she needs some serious care.
She looks like she needs some food. Maybe get a drip up in that shit.
I cast Goodberry.
Yeah.
Not again. No.
Remember that time we tried to feed Ramona good berries?
And
she was
as soon as they appeared, Skunk's
and
hand
I had to
smacked
baby
them
bird
away.
it. Oh my god. those were
Yerp's
the days.
eyes light up at the look of that. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I'll be right back." And he runs out the door towards the cavern.
Are you gonna baby bird the good berries to Ramona, Skunk, or should I?
Sarah says, "Hold off on that. Right now I'm just giving her some really fatty broth with some nutrients mixed in. It's not the greatest thing in the world. If you can
No,
give
that
me a
sounds
good berry,
great.
I'll mix it.
Nutrients.
Yeah, if you can give me a good berry, I'll mix it into the broth."
I love nutrients. I squish 2 good berries into the broth.
All right.
Since we're all catching each other up, I have some questions for you, actually.
Sure.
Okay, so I've been kind of biting my tongue on this for a while, but what the fuck is going on with all these children people? And then there was like that crazy glowy shit at the in the first episode in the ice cream shop. That was crazy. Like, just what's the whole deal with the blazing dust?
Okay.
And we saw this
You mean
woman, and she was some kind of elf or something. I don't know. I think they said a MILF. What did we call her? It was an elf.
Yeah,
wasn't
she
it?
was she was super cute.
I don't know. I don't even know what that word means.
I've known Ramona and Whitney and Smith for a long time, and I only once had the courage to really ask them why they are the way they are. And they just told me that they come from somewhere else, and they couldn't really get into it. I respected that, so I honestly, you now know just as much as I do.
Maybe it was a swamp.
But they called themselves Forever Children. They never aged over all these years. They've always been just these little kids, but with these adult voices.
Certainly was creepy.
That is what it is. The glowy eyes, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know how you guys got recruited or anything. Whatever happened to her could very well have happened to Whitney and Smith, and oh my god.
Oh, and what about the elves? What's an elf?
What's an elf?
Yeah.
They were gods.
Did they go to the Grey Havens?
This Tolkien bullshit out of my podcast.
Never mind.
The elves were destroyed. I don't know what you're talking about, like when you said you saw an elf. That's super weird. The only elves that are around are the drow, and they don't look anything like that woman you described. If this happened to Ramona, then you definitely need to go back to Waterdeep and check on Smith. Please. Yerp runs back in, and he goes, "Guys, I got something for you." He and a few other goblins come in here with a few boxes.
Do all of the goblins
And
come in at the same time?
No, just a few. One is
The others are looking in the windows.
Yeah, there's 3 of them, and 3 of them besides Europe, and those 3 are each holding a box. One with the largest box walks up to Coen and lays the box down in front of you, and what you see in there is a full suit of splint mail armor.
For me?
It's the kind that a king's knight would wear. We found this while we were scavenging, and we decided we'd get it so it would fit you.
Whoa.
Found. Nice.
This makes your base AC 17.
Oh,
Coen's a beefy
And-
boy now.
how
It's
convenient.
very clean. It's very clean armor.
cool.
And the goblins have fashioned a crudely embossed image of a cat on the chest.
Wow. And also stuck some cat ears on the helmet.
Oh, absolutely.
hope.
There's definitely cat ears on
good.
there.
Oh, you guys know me so well.
To Jelly, they bring a smaller box, and inside of it is a staff made of mahogany.
Nice.
Now, it's a quarter staff, so it's just 1d6 bludgeoning if you should use it as a weapon. However, when equipped, you gain +1 to magic attack rolls.
Oh, fuck. Nice.
Then Europe turns to the third goblin and just grabs what's in his hand. It's just a small cylinder with a top to it. It's a grinder. He hands it to...
Like the app?
Yeah, like an app. He goes and he hands it to Skumk. And he says, "This is a good berry juicer. You can put up to 5 good berries in there and make yourself a little potion." Now that said, this good berry juicer requires an action to use in battle. So that's in addition to the action you use to create the good berries if you make it during combat. Good berries, as you know, are only good for 24 hours. Additionally, this thing looks fragile. So if you use it more than twice a day, you have to roll a d20. If you roll anything besides a 1, the entire thing breaks.
So don't use it more than twice a day.
Right, twice every 24 hours. And so basically you can create 2 little 5 HP potions.
How
a day.
long do the potions last?
24 hours.
I take it and I instantly throw my handful of good berries into it
All right.
and start juicing. Who wants some?
I'm good.
And you gonna do good berry shots?
I pour some more in the broth.
You pour it in the broth, and Sarah's like, "Wow, this is going to be really great." And she takes the broth and gives it to Ramona. And as she does, Ramona's eyes come open for a moment, and she blinks a bit, and she kind of tries to look around the room. She kind of sees your figures, and she blinks a little bit more. And then she just kind of squints her eyes as though she were trying to make you out. And you hear her say, "Skumk? Coen? Jelly?
Hey, Ramona.
Now that's a good berry.
I feel so tired. So weak. What's going on? Why
I don't know. Why are you so old?
old?
Wow, that's rude.
What?
Do you remember a guy that looked kind of like Charles Dance? He probably
No.
was around with a bunch of spiders and stuff.
A guy with spiders? Are you Salvatore? You sound like you're talking about Salvatore.
Yeah, that guy.
He's not here.
We found your older body in a spider castle, and Jelly set you free.
And there her eyes get wide, and you look at her, and you see kind of a look of fear on her face.
I
And
didn't
she
mean
tries to
to.
lift her. She tries to lift her hands up, and she can't. And then she kind of tilts her chin down to look. Oh my God! And she just passes out at that point.
It's a road to hell is paved with good intentions kind of deal.
Yeah, I think that's a good summation of the last arc.
I eat
It's a
a
good summation of how we roll.
Pretty much.
eat a good berry.
Okay.
I give the last good berry to Yerp.
Thanks, buddy. And he pockets it. Says, "I'll use it for when I'm." Well, I guess this is only good for 24 hours, so he pops it in his mouth.
It tastes better if you put it in your pocket first.
Hey, Yerp.
Huh?
Are you guys happy in the cave that you're living in here? We noticed it was kind of small.
It's pretty great, but what do you mean? What are you talking about?
I made a cool tree fort out of a dead bug castle.
What?
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
There's a city and it's all overgrown and yeah, we thought maybe you could go and move in there.
It's rad.
Whoa! How far is it from here?
Few hours.
Few hours in a carriage.
We don't
It's-
have a carriage.
It's right near my old house.
I guess we could go, but if you could just give us like a map or something, we can make our way down. There's no more of those guards anywhere, are there?
No, I think they're all gone.
Yeah. We killed them all.
Great! All right, good job! And he high-fives Skumk.
Between you and me, Coen, I have a feeling we're setting these people up to be slaughtered again.
So he's like, that sounds great. We'll take a couple days to gather up provisions and we'll head down since we don't have a carriage. But thanks.
And if you go look for a rock that's just out of town, and it's a completely inscrutable rock because we couldn't screw it at all, and if you go beside that rock and say, "Here we be monsters," there's a safe place to hide.
Oh, great! We'll definitely look for that rock. That sounds like a very goblin thing to say.
Yeah.
Just look for the most
great.
inscrutable rock you can find.
You know,
Yeah, it sounds like some family of mine who lived out east.
Yeah, if you see like a really goblin looking rock, that's probably it.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, guys.
Just like a rock that a goblin would love.
I'll get our group ready for that. Sarah says to you, look, you need to go, please, as quickly as possible. Take the carriage. And she points at Skumk. She says, do you still have your VIP card?
Probably. I check my pocket.
Great. And she goes and she grabs some clothes, and you recognize it as the clothes that Ramona had been wearing before. She gives it to you, and she says, put those on. You need to look presentable.
Presentable to who?
What?
Presentable to who?
To humans.
Okay.
Yes. Because they're not going to recognize who you are. She looks at Coen and Jelly, and she says, they would recognize you two. And the three of you together, definitely. You want to stay away from that. Let him drive.
What if I put this paper plate monster mask back on?
Yes! I love you still have that.
You just look like you with the paper plate monster mask.
How dare you question my handiwork? I'm an
So
artist, goddammit.
ultimately, you're still a human, a tiefling, and a goblin, and they're looking for all three of you together. So you two stay in the carriage.
What
You,
if I
Skumk,
disguise myself to look like a tiefling, and Jelly disguises herself to look like a goblin?
We're not doing this now.
Well, what should I disguise myself to look like in this scenario?
You should make
A goblin.
yourself look more boring.
I don't know if that's possible.
go to Waterdeep?
I have to use the bathroom first. And Jelly walks off into the woods. I keep walking until I'm reasonably sure that I'm by myself and out of earshot. And I cast Sending. You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature you're familiar with. The creature hears
Over 140 characters.
Yep. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender, and knows it's you, and can answer in a like manner immediately.
All right, what's the range on this?
No range. I want to send a message to Jack.
Okay.
I say, you make terrible milkshakes. I want to talk. I have a lot of questions.
And it can answer in a like manner immediately.
Yes.
He responds with, I don't know where I am. And I think I'm dead.
Okay, wow. Ooh, just adding all kinds of spices to this story gumbo, aren't we? Ooh. I take a minute to absorb that and write it in my notes, and I rejoin my party.
You were definitely witnessed by a child goblin hanging out in the woods, but it had no idea what that meant.
Just thinks that I'm talking to myself.
You guys gather up your new things, head in the carriage. Skumk is now driving in this fancier-looking suit that's just baggy enough to work for him.
Yeah.
You head off towards Waterdeep. This is a bit of a longer trip, because before you made this by water. Now you're actually taking the road. However,
And we need to stop for Coen to pee every half an hour.
Yeah.
God damn
yeah.
it, Coen, you have the bladder the size of an
He
acorn.
just hydrates
hey,
well.
give me a break.
There's
I
nothing
drink a
wrong
lot
with
of
that.
water.
You arrive in Waterdeep and you make your way towards the Kidatorium. As you, I guess, I'm saying all this stuff. I'm hoping you're agreeing. And you.
We're
enter
kind of
into
being railroaded into it.
Just being swept away by this compelling narrative you are laying out before us, this rich tapestry of language.
And as you enter into the Kidatorium, you see Belvedere.
Belvedere.
I ready to give him a
And-
hug.
Belvedere gives you a hug right back, and he's like, "Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh, so good to see all three of you."
You're pretty cool.
Hey, Belly.
I'm crying a little bit, but I'm trying to hide it.
Soon you need to tell me everything. Please, I must know everything that's going on. But you need to
I
see
broke
Smith
my record
immediately.
for most spiders I fit in my mouth.
Congratulations.
That was a thing.
God damn you.
He says you need to see Smith. Come. He takes you from the main room into a little hallway. In the hallway, you do see Smith, and you recognize him immediately because he's a little boy. And Smith is packing up some shit in the hallway. And he says, "Have you heard from my sister?"
Yeah. She turned into an old
Not
woman.
old. I think she's just an adult.
That's
And
pretty old.
Yeah.
His eyes get
She looks very hungry though.
big, and is she alive?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's great.
Yes-ish.
She's doing fine.
She'll be great. The doctors say she's pulling through.
Oh God, I heard the same thing happened to Whitney. Why am I talking like that? I heard the same thing happened to
don't know.
Whitney.
Didn't Smith have a really deep voice?
Yeah, he did. I heard the same thing happened to Whitney.
I think as one of us, wasn't me, I forget which one of us chickened out and didn't open the cage.
Well, yeah, it was Coen who didn't open the cage.
Yeah, it was Coen. He was a chicken shit.
I
It
was
was-
just waiting to see what would happen.
Yeah, but
Same.
this is not happening in character because he has no clue about these cages or anything. He's like,
Yeah.
I-
We found
What-
3 people in a cage. Skumk, 2 ladies, and a guy. And Skumk and Jelly freed the 2 ladies, and I was too slow to free the guy. And it seems to have done something to you guys. We were in a spider palace at the time.
"Oh my God, I don't know where you guys were."
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that myself. We seemed to travel through time at one point. That was
We
weird.
got vored by a spider,
All
but
right,
it was also a
You guys-
building.
Super sexy.
what you saw with my sister is who she really is. You see, we're not from here. We're from a whole nother world called Riel. And we were servants of these elves, and 3 of us were chosen. Whitney, Ramona, and me. And she killed us.
Oh.
And after we died, we were in this strange place. It kind of looked like, I don't know, like a factory or something. I don't remember a whole lot from that. Then I woke up, and I'm who I am now. And I don't know how that happened. And
You guys body snatchers?
no, look, it was this elven woman who did it.
Was she kind of
Did she have
queenly and
blood dripping down her hands?
Blood dripping down her hands. I guess she looked like that after she killed us. I don't know.
she have
But-
a alluring air of mystery around her?
Just like me.
Have you ever? I mean, all elves kind of, they all look like they all look like they have a stick up their butts.
I don't know. This one was kind of cute, but
So what were you doing in this Ariel place?
It's Riel, and I lived there. It's where I lived all my life until I woke up in this
Why
body.
did you come here?
he kind of
I
explained
don't-
this. He doesn't know.
Yeah, all I know is I was killed, and then I ended up here. And the same thing happened with Whitney and Ramona.
So why are you
And-
trying to take down the monarchy?
That is another question that I... Okay, the woman who killed us was an elf woman, and her name was Aliana. And we have reason to believe that she's here now, and that she's the princess.
Really? So, bigger question, at least for me anyway. A while back, like several episodes, and about a year ago when we launched this podcast, I asked you why you chose the three of us, and you said it was because we were barely competent.
Right.
I'm gonna have, after everything we've been through, I'm gonna kind of have to call bullshit on that. Why did you really choose us?
There's
a lot of other
choose you because you're barely competent. I mean,
Right?
do you
There's
know
a
how
lot
hard
of
it?
barely competent people
Look,
around, though.
I will say this: what you have done till now is pretty remarkable, but none of this has been like what you just did was not sanctioned by us. That wasn't a mission by us. All we wanted you to do was to check out what was going on with the goblins. Literally anyone could have done that. You guys did go the extra mile. That was pretty impressive. I'm gonna give you that 100%. But we know that they're out there killing all these goblins, right? That is the kind of things the elves do. Okay.
So you formed the Blazing Dusk to try and bring down this elf woman who is now the princess.
Yes.
Another question. Back in your world, did you have, like, the same gods that we do? Like, was Silvatarm there?
Selvatarm.
Yeah.
How do you know that name?
He tried.
Oh, we met him.
He tried to kill us on several occasions,
Yeah,
but he did
was-
give me a sweet
He was just okay,
onyx.
not great.
He
Okay,
gave-
that's a
he-
problem. That's a real problem. Gods, the way the people here think of them, are not that. Gods are incredibly powerful magic users from Riel who have gotten to the point where they're able to distort reality around them. Like time, space, everything. They have that power to distort with their magic. They can fuck shit up real bad.
Kind of got a first-hand demonstration of that.
That's not good that they are here. It wasn't good when they were in Riel.
So those trapped bodies, are they your real bodies?
What do you mean? The bodies, the trapped bodies, the bodies you saw
The trapped
in the
ones.
cages?
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently. What did I look like?
Very,
old.
but like a silver fox kind of a thing going on. Very distinguished.
I would seriously doubt that. I would probably be over 100 years old.
Yeah, you looked real old.
don't know.
I was into it.
Christopher Lee was 90. He still was very dapper.
He gets this weird smile on his face. He looks at Coen and he goes, this is weird, but I guess thanks. Because if
Yeah.
you freed me, I'd probably be dead.
Well, you're welcome, I guess. I didn't really
Yeah.
know what I was doing. It was all a fever dream, as I mentioned.
I figured. Don't worry about it. I need to check up on Whitney. I got an urgent message from Captain Ron telling me what happened, and that's where I'm headed. That's why I'm packing my stuff up. I got to take care of her and get her back here. You guys, I don't have really anything to do for you, but I had set this up a little bit back. I wanted to reward you guys. So I know this is the weirdest possible time, but I'm a large investor inside of for the park Landy World, and I got you guys a room at a resort there, and I just want you guys to take a nice vacation.
Why?
And-
Sounds nice.
Yeah. So he reaches back inside of a drawer, grabs these 3 tickets, and hands them to you. And he says, just take this to the Landy World Resort. Have a good time. If we need you, we'll call on you. But this is just for, 3 days. And, relax.
All right.
I'll try and recover from probably the years of psychological trauma I've accrued in like the week that I've been working for you.
Would you like to know a little bit more about Landy World?
Sure.
Yes,
All right.
most definitely.
I would do a history check, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you anyway. You know, because this is just all over Faerun, Linda Landy was a very popular children's author and playwright who's responsible for many of kids' favorite characters. Some of these characters
as?
include Mobsy the cat, her temperamental goose friend Flibberty Gibbet, and her pet capybara Loopy.
Yes! I love Loopy.
So
Jelly opens her jacket and she's wearing a Loopy t-shirt.
So
I'm adding that to my goddamn inventory.
So this is you recognize that this is actually going to be an extremely luxurious type of vacation. So he's like, yeah, okay, this is weird. A lot of shit going on. Have a good time. I'll see you in a few days. Do you need anything? Oh, you know what? Here. And he reaches inside of his desk again and hands each of you 1,500 gold apiece.
Ooh.
Oh.
Where is Worldy Land or Landy Town or Town City?
Oh gosh, Landy World. Yes, Belvedere. And Belvedere says, "Yes, sir. Could you please drive them to Landy World?" And he says, "Yes, sir." Oh, what did you guys do with Ronaldo?
He's still there. He's just
still
in the carriage.
sleeping in the car.
He's just in the carriage. We took him with us. I'm gonna put him in like a baby carriage and sneak him in because like, children get in free to Landy World,
can
right?
you wear him in a baby Bjorn?
Yes.
We should
yes,
have
please.
left him with.
No,
That's what you promised you would do.
no, I never said anything of the sort.
That's
I
what
took
we
him with
should've
me.
done.
I took. Doesn't matter what I should have done. I took him with me.
So you just left him sleeping in the carriage.
He wakes up and he's in water deep.
And then he's like, "Oh well," and he rolls over and goes back to sleep.
All right.
He finds
so,
a good berry under the seat, and that's enough to sustain him.
Belvedere says, "Absolutely, sir. We are going to have a wonderful time. Please, let's do everything we can to ease our minds of these troubles. Okay? Anyways, I used to act at Landy World, and it brings back a lot of memories." He heads out the door and jauntily climbs up the carriage. "Come on in. Let's get ready to go."
Woo, Landy World.
Coen
I
just
re-
kind
All
of.
right, actually, I kind of want to know what your feelings are towards Landy World. Are you familiar with it, or is your character familiar with it? Are you guys? Is this a thing that your character would be interested in it at all?
Well, Jelly.
Obviously, Jelly is.
Joe's a big time Linda Landy fan.
What about Skumk?
Skumk has never heard of this and is just as enthusiastic about this as he is about anything.
So moderately.
Yep.
Yeah, he's both setting his expectations to less than 0 and acting very excited.
All right, and Coen?
Coen thinks it's the most ridiculous thing in the world that we're trying to take down a spider god and a god elf, and we've decided to go on holidays.
Jelly taught her younger sister how to read using Linda Landy books.
All right,
Scump-
so
Coen wants to get back to fighting against the oppressors.
Cohen, you don't understand. It's Landy World. They have everything there. We can get churros, some of those giant pretzels, and get our picture taken with Loopy. It'll be great.
as you're exiting, Smith really kind of notices the obvious consternation that Coen is showing, and he gently grabs you by the wrist.
Did you
Coen,
say
and
constipation?
He says,
I have been riding in a carriage for a very long time.
It's constipation. He grabs you by the wrist before you leave the kitatorium, and he says, "Coen, I get it, but every one of us needs some rest sometime. Okay."
Is this some
Get some
kind of
rest.
secret mission? Have you got is there any code? I want a secret mission here. Why are we going on a bloody holiday?
His eyes narrow shrewdly, and he says, "It's totally a mission.
Oh, all
Just
right.
wait.
Cohen's on board
3
now.
days, okay? 3 days. On the 3rd day, you'll know it when it happens. All right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Relax until then. But 3rd day." He lets go of your wrist. All right, you guys head into the carriage. You feel it take off, and you can even hear Belvedere singing a nice little, not singing. Well, no, yeah, he's actually singing a tune to himself happily from one of the many.
Come on, make it the Full House theme, please. The very Full House theme.
No, it's actually from a famous musical that was popular 20 years.
Can we have a few bars, please, Stan?
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once?
I am leaning my head out of the carriage, belting this out along with him.
In this world, Dookie was a famous opera.
Yes.
Me and Coen are sitting silently next to each other.
Absolutely.
I am one of those melodramatic fools. Neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it.
I give Coen a swig of a mystery liquid.
I just chug it back. I just chug it to get rid of the pain. To dull the pain.
All right, so you guys head out on this journey. It's about 8 hours journey so far.
Can I buy the potion of dark vision and the oil of
Absolutely.
Bless off little
Yes, sir.
little robot JL? I
Yes, sir.
just kind of wake him up. Press the little
You
on button.
plug him back in.
JL, I want to buy the oil of Bless and the potion of dark vision.
Well, here you go, my friend. Take it with my compliments, and also I'll take your money.
How much? You're going to take my body? Jesus, that was...
Your money.
I wasn't expecting that much from you. Okay.
Listen, you gotta pay somehow.
I wasn't thinking I'd be paying that much.
So you run up in the road, and you reach a carriage, and it looks like a little carriage that a wheel has been broken off of. And there's this old couple just kind of sitting on a barrel, and they see you driving up, and they kind of look up at you hopefully.
Belvedere!
Well, they don't look up at you. They look up at...
Can we stop and help these people?
Oh, well, I don't think we have much of a choice. We can't go around them. Good day, madam. Good day, sir. He climbs down and opens the door for you guys.
Hey, guys.
Wow.
Climb out.
Full service, Belvedere.
And they're
I tip Belvedere since he's being so hopeful.
Thank you. As you approach them, they look at you and they smile, and that smile starts to look a little grotesque and sinister.
Oh, damn it.
These are my kind of people.
You hear footsteps around, coming from at you at 4 different angles, or 4 different. Well, you look around yourselves, and you recognize all but one of them. An orc you'd never seen before with scraggly hair, missing teeth, and an eye patch. But the others are
Holy fuck! Holy
a gnome
fuck!
woman you'd seen in prison, and her friends, Dave, Herm, and German.
David and German!
Yes! Babies!
Hey, guys. It's my
Hey.
best friends.
We haven't seen you
Hey,
guys
guys.
in like forever.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
How's life on the outside?
They say, and Dave pulls out a club and says, "Guess we're even now, huh? Roll for initiative."
Even for what? We set
Wait,
you
fuck,
free.
wait. Set you free, man.
So let me get this straight. Dave, Herm, and German are working with these old ladies. They're attacking us because I'm kind of a bit confused of what.
Yeah, they are attacking you. They're bandits.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Let me describe the scene. So it's the 3 of you kind of centered in front of your carriage. The 2 people who are unarmed, the old people, are directly in front of you in their carriage. And to your 10 o'clock is Dave. To your 2 o'clock is Herm. To your 4 o'clock is German. And to your 6 o'clock is the gnome woman and the orc.
I have Dave, you guys.
Can you remind us of the physical descriptions of the 3?
Dave is big and burly human. Herm is also a human, very large, like stout. Like Dave is big and strong. Herm is really stout and a little bit chunky, kind of almost a Coen build, but taller. And German is a dwarf. The gnome is small but very, very tough looking.
The orc and the gnome they're next to each other, right?
Right.
Well then, I cast fireball on those two.
Holy shit!
They have
Okay.
to make a dexterity saving throw.
Wow.
Are those guys anywhere near our carriage? Because it'd be funny if you blew up our carriage.
Yeah, I mean, they're right next to your carriage, so
It doesn't matter. I've already decided to do this.
See ya,
And they
see ya,
both-
JL!
They both failed. And just so like the edge of the radius, cuts them. But
so you're
hopefully
gonna
not
set the
carriage.
woods on fire.
I'm fine with that. Right? They each take 33 damage.
Whoa.
All right. You cause a massive explosion behind them, forcing them, singeing their backs and making them fly forwards and land on the ground.
As this happens, I turn around so that my back's to them and put on my sunglasses.
They're just coughing, and the woods are now on fire, and it's starting to spread slowly. All right. Next up is Coen.
I say, Dave, we really don't want to fight you. We set you free. We'll be your friends.
I don't want to be your friend if you're a dick.
Dave looks at you and says, sometimes you gotta do your job.
Is somebody paying you to do this?
Yeah.
I would like to know whom.
All right.
I don't know, but it's a lot of money.
Maybe we can get in on this. Like, we pretend to die, we split the take.
Nah, guys. Nah, I don't need to kill you. Just need to beat the hell out of you and take your shit.
All right, Dave. I'm very sorry to do this. And I cast Wrathful Smite.
Yes!
And I swing at Dave. Oh, does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit.
I spend a luck point. I send a little blessing up to Bast and say, Bast, let me frickin' hit this guy, please.
That hits. 22 hits.
All right.
Frisbee.
I'm also going to channel divinity into this strike so that the cat's paw comes through.
22 total damage.
Yep. I swing my sword at Dave, and I'm trying to be non-lethal, by the way.
Right.
But it radiates with Divine Smite and Wrathful Smite. Divine, yeah. I'm a lot of smiting as a paladin.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing.
All right. You,
And a cat's paw comes and scratches down his face.
yeah, he's
And
got,
fear emanates out of me.
and
Exactly the sound
he has to
my cat
roll
makes.
the wisdom thing. So he rolls a
Yeah,
14. Is that enough?
That's exactly on my spell save DC.
Oh, okay.
So that is a pass, maybe. Is that a pass if it's on? Yeah.
Yeah, if he gets it, it's a pass. Just like if you hit someone's AC, then it's a hit.
Yep. All right, he passes the fear test.
But you do see him kind of pee his pants a little.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's got Coen coming at him.
Dave turns to the orc and is like, "Get him for that spike!" And you hear the orc go, "Will do, boss. Okay." And Spike runs up to Coen.
Boomer fucking pile over here.
I like Spike already. I want to be friends with him.
9 and a natural 20. So he does hit you once. So he does 13 damage. So he swings once, and you duck, and then he brings it back and slashes you across the kitty chest.
And Coen howls. Vengeance.
One thing you do notice is that he slashes you across that kitty chest, and you see the dent from his sword. And as soon as you see it, it heals itself.
Oh.
You don't get healed, but the armor heals itself, so it always looks pristine.
Nice.
I just kiss my armor. I love this stuff.
Next up is Herm. So Herm runs up to Jelly
Yeah, come on. What you got for me, boo?
and swings twice at you and misses. You just lithely you move your body a little bit and a little bit. It looks like you're almost dancing.
I'm polishing my sunglasses as he's swiping at me.
Next up is Dave. Dave runs at you, Coen. All right, 17 and 15, so he misses you both times.
Certainly does.
He slams his club onto your shield, and then as he pulls back, he tries to swipe you again and hits the ground. Next up is German, and German runs up to Skumk and does a 17 and a 24, and I think both of them would hit you, right?
Yep.
I'm really confused. Isn't this one guy, Dave Herman German,
No.
getting
They are three
lot of
different
attacks?
fucking people.
He has 8 arms.
Oh yeah, he has 8 arms. Now we're building the lore.
Some kind of weird homunculus.
A homunculus is just a baby with a adult man's face,
He does 17 damage against Skumk.
which is kind of what Skumk looks like, actually.
I want to see fan art of that.
His first hit doesn't do much to you, and you kind of laugh at him as he just kind of grazes your forehead. The second hit gets you pretty good, and he kind of stabs you in a bicep.
Skumk isn't mad, he's just disappointed. He thought that you could do better, German.
Well, here's your chance to show your disappointment, Skump, because it's your turn.
I use heat metal on Herman or on German's sword, which either he has to drop it or take damage.
German feels his sword heating up, and it starts turning a bright red, and he just tosses it. He's like, ah, ah, and he's waving his hands in front of his body, and like pushing it against his leather armor. He's just like, oh my god,
Blowing on his fingers.
Yeah.
Can I move after doing that attack? Because I still have a move action, right?
Yeah.
Can I move past them without being attacked?
Well, yeah, you can move past him without being attacked. I mean, he could punch you.
He seems distracted. I'm going to go past them towards the forest fire.
Yeah, you run around the carriage to the forest.
Skunk, are you trying to pull a Daenerys? Are you going to emerge from the fire untouched?
Sure.
Naked holding
Actually,
dragons.
I don't want this. I don't.
Next up
I've already seen Skunk's penis once. I don't want to see it again.
Next up is the lady. She's actually got a shield, and she runs towards Coen. All right, 24 and 21.
Whoa, she hits me. Good. Hits so good.
All right, so she hits you for 21 points of damage.
Oh.
Oh, I love this.
Coen is regretting
I
this.
love
now.
everything about this.
Wow, she got some good ass rolls.
I hate her ass
Next up
rolls.
is Jelly.
What's up, son? All right, babies. Let's. So who's not all up on Coen right now?
You've got one attacking
Oh,
you,
I
don't
do.
you?
That's
Yeah,
right.
you got Herm attacking you, and you got German who has dropped his sword.
What are these two old people in the road doing?
Yeah, they're sitting there laughing and giggling.
That's nice.
Oh, and after you got those nasty hits from the woman, you hear Belvedere go, "Oh my!"
I look at the old couple and say, "Hey, want to see something cool?" And I fire a lightning bolt at the guy attacking me.
He has to do dexterity. 18.
That is barely a pass, but guess what? It hits anyway.
All right.
So he's gonna take
11 damage.
Stan, actually, I'm going to use some meta magic.
Okay. By the way, your lightning strikes, but it hits his finger, and it makes his arm jiggle a bit. And he's like, "Ooh, that's a spicy meatball."
Oh dear God.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna use a heightened spell, which I roll a d4. Fuck me.
You rolled a
Never
1.
mind. Doesn't do anything.
Okay. So it's just a spicy meatball.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
A heightened spicy meatball.
Now, bear in mind, Coen, you have 3 people in front of you. All of them are badly hurt. The woman and Spike are probably the most hurt.
I chucked a fucking fireball in their ass.
Oh, you did too. I'm still going for Dave. I say, Dave, I should have done this last time. And I swear my vow of enmity against him. Bast, bring your vengeance down upon this incredibly rude man who keeps attacking me even though I helped him.
Oh, come on, man. I'm getting paid.
And
By the way, how much are you getting paid?
More than you have.
Dave, I thought I was more than a job to you.
Job's a job.
Did Coen have a crush on Dave Herman German?
And
Does he feel scorned?
they were negging me so. They were negging
I love
me
this
so
so
bad
much.
that I
This
fell in
is
love with
canon,
them.
by the way. No, this is canon now.
This is terrible.
I love it.
All right, so my
Your
my
vow
vow
of
of
sea
enmity
anemones.
gives me advantage on my vow of sea anemones gives me advantage on my attacks against.
He's the
Dave, and I'm gonna
anemone to
channel
your
divinity.
clownfish.
25 hits.
All right, 2 hits, and I'm gonna channel divinity at 2nd level.
23 damage. You do a number on him. He's bruised and bloodied right now. He's like, keep going.
I am.
I meant my guys, Spike, and Spike.
Oh, sorry, got
I'm
confused.
going,
Spike goes-
going.
We're gonna make out after this,
Spike's
yeah.
like, okay, boss.
Me and Dave are like The Rock and Jason Statham in the Fast and Furious. On that, we're fighting, but we're always on the edge of making out.
Jelly from the sidelines just yells out, "I ship it!"
All right, 10 and 10. So
I want
he
Dave
does.
so bad right now.
Spike does not manage to hit you. You managed to block him both times pretty easily. What with you being filled with so much divinity right now,
And so much love for Dave.
and so much love for Dave. Next up is Herm, who attacks Jelly with 14 and 11. Do either of those hit?
Nope.
Again, you just kind of dance around his swords.
I'm doing like an Irish jig right now.
Next up is Dave, and Dave attacks Coen. Got a nat 20 and a 16, so 16 doesn't hit, but the nat 20 does.
Oh, Dave, that cuts me deep.
I hope so.
You're getting more sultry with it, Stan. I love it.
2d4 plus 3. He does 10 damage to you.
I take his club square in the chest, and I just I say that hit my heart, Dave.
Jelly is furiously writing down fan fiction while she's dodging all these
Like-
slashes.
Furiously masturbating.
All right. Next up is German.
5 out of 5, best
Who's-
podcast ever.
He picks the sword back up, and yes, we know we fucked up the rules, but now we know better. He picks the sword up, and it's cooled down, and those strikes went against Jelly. So one of those hit Jelly for 13 damage.
I take this opportunity to do something I've never done before, but should have. Like from episode 1, I cast Hellish Rebuke on him. A dexterity saving throw.
19,
Yeah, he'll take half damage.
11 damage.
Yeah, 11.
He gets incredibly sweaty fast. He's just dripping sweat now. Skumk, you ran off into the woods?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to put out the fire by using Thunder Wave. I'm gonna blow out the fire.
Okay.
Do I have to roll anything for that?
This is the equivalent of setting up like some subwoofers in the middle of a forest fire and hoping it just puts it out.
I don't have any better spells for this.
Go ahead, do it. Let's see.
Come on, give it to it.
Let's
Give
see
it
what
to
happens.
Fuck it, I'll give it to him. All right. I don't know why when you cast Thunder Wave, it's a shout, but how far did you run into this? Because this is a 15-foot cube originating from you.
Yes.
That does not answer
you
his
run-
question.
What was
Yeah.
the question?
So
God damn it.
where are you?
I'm
that
in the
you're
middle
doing
of the
this?
goddamn forest fire.
You're in the middle of the fire.
How far can he? Never mind. I'm not getting into this.
All right, I need you to do a dexterity saving throw then.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. He dives over the flaming log.
This is the end of Skumk. He was a brave goblin, but stupid. He chose to fight a forest fire with his voice.
It's the best.
All right, 13.
I hope this kills you. I really hope this kills you.
I'm going to do 4d6.
This is just
Oh,
the
wow.
residuals of a fireball.
Yeah,
it's
this is
not like
That's harsh.
I'm getting hit with
You're
a fire.
in a fucking forest fire.
It's not like I'm getting hit with a forest with a.
All right,
Yeah.
you take 12 damage, but you succeed in blowing out the fucking fire.
Yes.
With Thunder Wave somehow.
This is the quality content people
I have
subscribe
8
for.
health left.
God damn it!
Now it's the woman's turn, the gnome, and she attacks Coen with a 10 and a 21. So does a 21 hit?
I'm gonna spend a luck point to make that 21 roll again.
Okay. 20.
That hits.
So she does 4 damage to you. She
Holy fuck.
she hits you in the knee.
Yeah, and it hurts. Coen is down to 1 hit point. I was literally thinking I
Holy
was
fuck.
down. I was going down, and you rolled a 4, which is perfect.
All right. So as you go down on your knee,
I don't go well. All right.
yeah, we're just gonna go with that. You go down on your knee real quick to recover, because you're pretty badly hurt.
Because my knee really hurts.
Yeah, you notice in the distance,
just-
because it's getting dark, a lantern kind of bouncing as you see a carriage on a road parallel to you in some distance driving past. As you see it, Herm and German notice it as well, and they go, "Boss!" Dave turns around and looks at it and goes, "One more round, guys."
One more round. They actually know that we're playing D&D. They know that it's...
Why they're so powerful.
At this point, Ronaldo runs out of the carriage.
Ronaldo, stay in the carriage.
He shouts, "Nightbirds, attack!"
Wait.
And he waves his arm as he says it.
What?
And everyone stares at him, and he's standing there waiting for something to happen, and nothing happens.
God damn it!
Jelly.
You guys, he's a marshmallow soft boy. You can't expect that much of him.
So, Jelly, it's your turn.
I cast Scorching Ray Romano.
Okay.
Oh, let's hear his voice.
I raise my arms, and 4 bolts of fire shoot out. Each one in the shape of a middle-aged comedian. And as each one soars through the air at its target, it goes, "Yeah, you won't hurt. I'm not gonna let you hurt my. I'm not gonna let you hurt my friends. Meh."
I'm getting rave reviews in the Big Sick.
I'm gonna make you sick. I'm Ray Romano.
I'm starring opposite comedian Kumail Nanjiani. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go to. All right, so who do the first 2 go towards?
Dave and Spike.
All right, and the third one goes to
Whoever the third person around Coen is.
Janet, the girl. Okay, so she misses it. Dave and Spike get hit, going for lethal damage.
I think you have to with a spell.
Yeah,
You don't have a
spell.
choice.
You don't really. Yeah, it's kind of a.
You killed Dave.
Yes.
What?
No, my
no.
OTP.
Now there's a two-headed monster called
My
Hermangen.
OTP. It's ruined now.
Yeah, you killed Dave.
Well, Coen had 1 hit point left. I wasn't gonna hold back.
So you hit Dave. He looks at his people and he goes, "Oh, you did good." And he looks at Coen and he says,
Kiss him.
"I'm so sorry." And he falls on his face.
Dave.
Dave is dead. The other one hits Spike, who is still alive. And the others kind of back off. The woman says, "Wow, we didn't think you'd kill any of us."
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you hurt my friends.
"Oh, man, we really shouldn't have gone that extra round. Dave, that was a bad call, Dave. Oh, gee."
Man, Jelly is really the bad guy all around in this fight.
I I'm the bringer of death, destroyer of worlds, baby.
Destroyer of trees.
Hell yeah. Destroyer of ecosystems, conqueror of men. I am Jelly.
There you go. Well, that carriage went by. Do you guys want to continue? We'll go ahead and move this carriage out of your way. I mean,
What?
we don't blame you for what you did, but gee, man, this is a bummer.
You attacked us.
No, I know.
This
I get
turned
it.
really weird.
I get it. I'm just, oh man.
Do they put their swords down when they say this?
Yeah,
or what's
they all
going
just
on?
they put their weapons away and they start getting to work to move the carriage out of your way.
I give them 809 gold pieces.
To whom do you give that to?
I just throw it on the ground.
It's for Dave's widow.
Herm says, "Oh gosh, thanks, man. Hey, oh geez, this is gonna be Dave.
Hey, look, can you
Dave.
tell us why you attacked us?
We were
paid
hired to attack you. Dave said that, man. Oh geez.
Yeah, but who?
Oh, we don't know why. It was just it was passed by to us by some third party named
Who was in that cart?
Johnson. Who was in that car? I don't know.
Who's
We were just told to
Johnson?
wait for that cart. We were just told to wait for the cart to pass and then let you go. But I think Dave just wanted to give that cart a little bit more time.
Wow, that sucks.
You guys are really confusing us.
I think they're only confusing
Well-
you. I'm following pretty well.
So
Just this isn't not the way a normal battle against bandits usually rolls out. That's all.
whatever, dude. And he gets back to work, getting the wheel back onto the other carriage and getting it out of your way. Eventually they do. The carriage is out and they say, I guess well, hopefully we won't have to see you again. That was heavy.
Yeah. That was kind of shitty.
Hey, you did attack us.
No. Hey, look.
Oh yeah, no, make no bones about it. I would totally do it all over again. But
Oh.
but
Hell yeah.
Hey. We're not casting aspersions here. All right, we
They're
get
just
it. We
casting
get it.
spells.
We get it.
And
It was Dave's call to keep going, and it was a bad call. And he's paid the ultimate price.
Yeah,
so we don't blame you.
You know-
we just don't want to mess with you anymore.
Oh yeah, and no hard feelings towards you either. I mean, I totally understand. If I was in your position, I totally would have taken this job for that amount of cash.
Oh, it was huge. 10,000 gold each, man. All right,
Nice.
so you have a good one. Safe travels. Like I said, hopefully we don't have to run into each other again.
Yeah, peace be to you and yours.
And
Bye, Herman German.
they wave you off, and the woman goes, and my name's Janice.
Nice to see you all again.
Bye, Jana. I collect Ronaldo and shuffle him back into the carriage.
I say, good job with the night birds there, Ronaldo. I'm pretty sure that was the point that was the point that turned the battle.
Yeah, I think
you did
you really
good.
struck fear into
You
their
did great.
hearts, and I think that's what allowed us to.
That's what led us
Yeah,
to win.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think my attack would have done as much damage if he wasn't so afraid of those night birds.
He does not suspect any irony in anything that you're saying,
Oh, I'm
so
not
he gets a
being
big
ironic.
smile.
Oh, there's no irony. There's no
I'm
irony.
As
trying
we
to
have
encourage
this
him.
conversation, 4 giant owls swoop out of the woods.
Okay, why did you summon them or
I
something?
used conjure animals to summon 4 giant owls.
See, Ronaldo, they were just
And they
gonna
land
wait.
around Ronaldo and, snuggle him.
Oh, he's like, oh, I do love my night birds. And he pets them, and you can see tears in his eyes. So you travel overnight, and eventually you arrive at an extremely tall building. And Belvedere comes down, opens up the door, and says, we've arrived. You step out. You see this incredibly gorgeous tall building. There's a fountain in front of it. And to the sides of the other fountain are those little fountains where the water jumps from one hole to the next. And it's just really cool. You see all your favorite Linda Landy characters done, in sculpture all around. there's just all kinds of people walking in and out of the hotel. As you step in, you see it's an opulent hotel with marble floors and walls accented with oak. There's a red carpet.
Belvedere's coming on this holiday with us,
Absolutely.
yeah?
There's a vaulted ceiling with a massive ornate chandelier. You check in at this wide oak desk. The register greets you and checks you in, hands you your keys. They were only expecting 4 of you, so they give you 4 keys. So you have to figure out what to do with Ronaldo.
Ronaldo can bunk with me.
Okay. He looks at you, Jelly, then, and says, would you like an extra bed?
That'd be nice.
We could put you in a 2-queen bedroom.
Yeah, sounds good. What about?
All right.
Sounds good to me.
So he hands you a different key. You're all on the same floor to keep shit simple. A bell clerk comes and she guides you to an elevator. You get inside the elevator and you see that it's made of glass. And as it rises to the top of the building, you see the park lay out before you in the distance. There are a smattering of roller coasters all over. There's a set of mountains, fake mountains, but mountains in the park, with crowds all around. You see a water park area with a beach and a lazy river. But the centerpiece, in the middle of the park, is a gargantuan, spherical structure made to look like a bubble. And at the top of this, you're able to make out this enormous lettering, and it reads, "Pop Goes the World." Hey, this is Stan Ferguson.
Hi, this is Joe D. Doy Owl.
Hello, you beautiful night birds. It's Hayden.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Ivan, from this podcast.
Sound like the old lady from Poltergeist.
So, first thing we want to do is ask for reviews. We're not too proud to beg on every single episode. Please, whenever you get the chance or opportunity or whatever, you find yourself bored or playing with your phone, and you have an iPhone or you're on your computer and you have iTunes or you got Stitcher or whatever, please give us a review, rate us, write a review. Just short words, doesn't matter. I mean, we literally have a review that says Ivan is the best part. That's cool.
Ivan has got the best parts.
Yeah, I can't stress this enough. Like, simply rating the thing and like putting putting a single sentence review in is more than enough to help us out.
For sale,
Yeah.
baby shoes,
I would love
worn.
to get on the front page of the hobbies and games part of iTunes, and if you could give us a review, that helps us get in that direction. We'd love that.
Yeah, that's something that's interesting. Like, really popular podcasts have, a similar number of reviews as we have listeners. Like, the large majority of people who listen to podcasts don't review them or won't review any given podcast they listen to.
But we know you are special people.
If everybody did, then we would have like just as many reviews as, a really big podcast. So
So if the majority for our listeners, if you just like leave us like a single sentence review, rate us how you think you should rate us, that would bump us up like big time in the charts.
Make us as big as Mark Maron.
Because we want to grow our audience, and that's really the best way that we can do it right now.
We have a bunch of other really cool shit coming down the pipe at you, and we want to get that to the biggest number of people that we can.
Definitely. And we think we've got a really good show going on right now. Additionally, I want to go ahead and thank Jordan for calling to my attention an error in our RSS feed. As a result, I was able to correct this and get our podcast out to our iTunes listeners. So thanks, Jordan. You are the best. And Jordan did this by contacting me via Facebook. And the only real way he would have been able to do that is he joined our group, our Facebook group. So we have both a Facebook group and a page that you can follow if you just want to keep up with when we release stuff, and a group if you want to talk with us. We love that. We constantly throw up new threads every time. Our listeners throw up threads, and we just have a great time goofing around there. So please, whichever you prefer,
if you
we're
could
always
join
happy to see you
both,
there.
that would be ideal for us. It'd be so helpful because
Yes.
it's just the page is just to get the word out to more people, and so the more people that
and all
like
you have
it,
to do for the page is just like it.
yeah, just like us, please.
And
we want
so
people to like us. We're not
Thanks,
needy or
Jordan.
anything, but just like us.
Thanks, Jordan, because now I can finally listen and know what happened in the last episode.
Also, Hayden, how's the Twitter feed going?
Twitter feed is going pretty well as of late. We had a long Twitter discussion with some of our listeners about what a nice gender-neutral term for a spellcaster is, because like witches are female spellcasters and wizards are male spellcasters, but there's no real gender-neutral term for that. So we had a long Twitter thread discussing that, which is something I actually, if any of our listeners have good ideas about what a good gender-neutral term for a magic user is,
Was it
hit us up on either the Twitter page.
was it
or
witch
the,
zids?
I think you hit the nail on the head with magic user.
No, that's like that's a mouthful though. Like, you know.
Well,
Loser.
I'm not.
I do like mage.
I'm not male or female, and I use witch to describe myself. That's not a joke.
Yeah. So I just call myself an occultist. Yeah. So if any of you guys have good ideas, hit us up on Twitter or Facebook. I would love to hear your suggestions.
At TSMRcast on Twitter and at TSMRcast on Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
me from Tumblr, Ivan. I reblogged like a ton of posts about goblins yesterday.
Our Tumblr is dedicated entirely to goblins. It's awesome.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much.
what happens when you only put me in charge of the Tumblr. It's just about goblins.
Ivan is obsessed with goblins.
I love it.
Only for you. I like it because I started following the tag goblin on Tumblr, and it's mostly just screen caps from a Korean drama series
Called
called
The
Goblin. Yeah. So that's very very good. I've never seen it.
Ivan also has another podcast.
Yeah, speaking of things that there are GIFs of on Tumblr, I make a podcast called The Color of Friendship. I had to remember it.
Really had to.
And it's very good. And although I spend more time on it than this podcast, I definitely put less effort into it. But it's very good.
It's a really fun podcast. I think half of it is actually about the movie, and then half of it is about you guys arguing with each other. It's wonderful.
Did I say what it's
And
about?
It's not just.
It's about Disney Channel original movies.
It's The Color of Friendship, right? Is the name of the podcast?
Yeah.
No, leave it as a mystery. Just listen to it and find out what
If you
it's
can
about.
discover
Color
my
of
secret
Friendship.
podcast.
Which is a Disney Channel original movie podcast featuring Ivan Clark along with his friends Joel Myers, Josh Park, and Kylie Fong. So check them out. They're wonderful kids. I
Yep.
say kids because I'm turning fucking 40 this year. So
So
and-
Stan's midlife crisis out of the way. What's next?
yeah, got to get that out there. This podcast is mine and Jody's midlife crisis.
That's kind of sad.
Extremely sad. Now let's end this fucking podcast.
Forever. This is the last episode.
No.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Fly on, you beautiful night birds, and thanks for all the spaghetti.
Our music was by Ron Lubavitch. You can check out his work at God's Little Peep Show on the internet. This episode was edited by Stan Ferguson. I always imagined Jelly as a bear. Well, I don't even
kind of
know
bear
what
we
the hell
talking
that
about?
means.
All right, Jody. Well, there are bears, there are twinks, there are jocks, there are cubs, there's daddies, there's pups. There's jocks.
What's
you
skunk?
got- Skunk is a twink.
No,
I disagree.
He's not a twink.
Skunk is a twink.
He dresses in rags.
So
He
twinks can have,
always
like a kind of
he always smells bad.
listen.
Yeah, I mean, he's like
That doesn't have anything to do with being a twink. All right, he's.
I
like,
guess.
he's small and he's skinny and he's.
I think
he's
Skunk
blind.
is a daddy.
not a daddy.
yeah, I'd say
No,
Skunk is a daddy.
Wait a minute.
All right,
Who are we
anyway,
gonna try?
this is not going into the show.
No, this is
If it
totally
is,
going
This
to the
is-
show.
take.
This is yeah. Put this at the end of the
Got a lot
episode.
of shit to go through. so
After
come on,
a
come
minute
on.
of silence, put this.